Hello everyone, how you doing? Welcome back to another Train Sim World 5 news video. And we got a couple of articles. Well, one's an article, one's a list of new screenshots for an upcoming DLC. And they've come out by from DTG this week, and we're going to have a look into these and see what it's all about. The first one is the really big one. This is the free timetable update that everybody's going to get. I say free. This is the Koln Aachen timetable update. If you own Koln Aachen, then it's definitely going to be free for you. If you don't own Koln Aachen, see if you can get it in a sale. It's about to go. It's about to go very big. Let's have a look through the article and see what we've got. But before we do that, I was just looking at this screenshot on the article. Is that Jamie from DTG? Someone tell me if that's Jamie. That's got to be a bit of an in joke there. He's there train spotting, isn't he, with his rucksack? Over there in Germany. That's got to be him. Unless he turns around and I see that little tash that he tries to grow. I can't tell whether that's him or not. I'll ask him. But anyway, let's get into the details, shall we? So, this has been talked about for quite a bit of time. It's been the roadmap as well. But it's really going to boost the number of playable and AI services, and it will tell us in the article just how many that actually is. There's a few screenshots with it. Again, as always, I'll link to the article for this article and the one we're going to talk about straight after it. I'll put the links down in the description if you want to go and have a look through this yourself, because particularly this one, there's quite a bit to take in. Depending which routes and local DLCs you've got will depend on how much of this new timetable you're going to actually see in your particular version of the game. So it will be a free update, as we talked about. One important thing, it's initially going out to Steam players, with other platforms receiving the update at a later time. But further down, it does say that for consoles, it will be released as part of the main TSW patch, which is coming out in readiness for the new Intermodal Cargoline pack. So we know the Intermodal Cargoline pack is releasing on the 1st of May, which is next week. So even though console players might not get this when Steam players do, you'll get it by the 1st of May or just before when that patch comes out. So don't worry, it is coming out next week for you. We just don't know exactly when yet. Let's talk about the timetable. Additional service layers. So one of the main bits of news is that the service count is going to go up from the original 552 services, and let's face it, that's quite a lot to begin with. That's going up from 552 to over 4,000 services. Now 600 of those are playable. Of this 552 that it mentioned in the original, I don't know how many of those are playable. Some of those will be AI services as well. There's a whole list though of add-ons that will add to this timetable, and I'm not going to read everything out because it's a big list, and as I said, I will put the link so you can look at this yourself. But if you own these following routes, so Bremen, Oldenburg, Dresden, Riesa, Frankfurt, Fulda, Hauptstrecke, Hamburg, Lübeck, Hauptstrecke, Rhein-Ruhr, Linke Rheinstrecke, LGV, Mediterranee, Main-Tauborn, Main-Spessarborn, Ruhr-Signord, Salzburg-Rosenheim, Kassel-Würzburg, the 193 Vectron, the Flixtrain Vectron, the Railpool and the Flixtrain Vectron, the original BR101, which is always a favourite, isn't it? The BR218 and the S-Bahn Koln 423. All those pieces of DLC will feature either as playable services or AI in this new timetable. So check that list out and see what you've got. There's a couple of sales on at the moment, so if there's a couple of things that you want that you haven't got, just check the sales out, and you might be able to pick a couple of these up if you don't already own them. So there's some details there about the RE8 and RB27 services, which was part of the New Journeys timetable. God, the New Journeys timetable was so long back, I've even forgotten about it. This timetable's got them running on time in both directions. They could only join northbound in that previous timetable. Now they're going north and south, so that's quite a good update. Some details there about the RE1, RE9 S-Bahn and ICE services. There's new AI services as well. at Aachen, Düren, and Koln, which has activity through the day, including RE7 trains. That's quite nice. If you've owned the main specified Born, there are some additional peak-only RE1 services going non-stop between Aachen and Düren, stopping only at Stolberg. And RE1 also has 2 services a day, which stop at Eilendorf. Now, the BR642, which is coming in from Mainz-Born as well. It's a very nice unit to drive, actually, the 642. RB20 services will allow players to serve at the new station Eilendorf-Bahnhof, which is only serviced by RB20 and some peak RE services. The RB20s will also run between Langerwehe and Düren, and there's AI at Langerwehe. So that's all good detail. Mainz-Born, again, this is what Mainz-Born will add. You can see the list there of what exactly that brings. This is a great screenshot. Showing this coming over the top with one underneath. I don't know whether they placed those or whether that was captured in-game, but if that was captured in-game, I bet they sat there a while waiting for that. It's quite nice to see. Freight services, of course. There's the Flixtrain Vectron, and also in the back there we got the original red BR155 as well in that screenshot. It says, for freight fans, there are a huge new range of services, mostly via the Castle Würzburg add-on. So as long as you've got that, you should get these. Freight trains will need to stop at passing points for high-speed trains or even other freight trains. Mostly A to B runs, but there are a few shunting services for Stolberg too. So you see, when you're driving freight, especially when it's A to B, I think it's quite good and quite immersive as a freight train when you are having to wait at passing points for other traffic to come past. It's part of being a freight driver, isn't it? Must be frustrating in real life if you're a freight driver, but in the game it's very immersive. I always don't mind that at all. So the platform rollout, we talked about, that's coming to Steam, and that's where it said everybody else will get it with the next scheduled patch update, which will be for Cargoline Volume 3, as we know, is coming out on the 1st of May. So you will get it next week, so don't worry. Some details are going to be provided about the timetable on the PlayStation, Xbox, and Epic at a later time while teams continue to test these platforms. I don't know what that means. I don't know whether that means the timetables are going to be slightly reduced on console. I mean, read into that what you think. I'm not really sure. If you're on PlayStation 4, though, it says you might have already got a sneak peek of the new timetable. It was unintentionally included on builds earlier in the month. Now, did you see that or not? Let me know if you saw that, if you're on PS4. But there is, they have been testing it on the PS4, and there might be some news on that next week. But to say, if you give it a try on PS4, does that mean it's already still there? Or have they withdrawn it again and it's coming out again on PS4 next week? I really don't know. You can pick up Koln Aachen still, of course, on all the stores, whatever platform that you are on. There's a bit of a blurb there about what Koln Aachen is all about. A lot of us have been playing it for several years now, actually, Koln Aachen, and it's always been a great route, to be honest. Was that the first route where we got LZB? I want to say it was, but I'm not entirely sure. So there you go. That was the first article that we got, and that's all about that timetable. I don't know how many of you are still playing Koln Aachen, on a sort of daily or weekly basis. I dip into it now and again because I like the ICE services, but a brand new timetable definitely will get me to certainly jump back into it again and enjoy it all over again, to be quite honest. Now, the second article that we've got was regarding the upcoming Santa Fe gameplay pack. This is for the Cajon Pass. Now, this is coming out by High Iron Simulation, and they've created this pack. There were no other details unfortunately, this week about this pack. We don't know when it's coming out. We don't know what the timetable's like, what it involves, etc., etc. But there are some quite stunning screenshots. And whilst I didn't want to cover this in its own video because, you know, it is only screenshots, again, I'll put the link to this down in the description. Go and check this out. If you're a fan of the US freight, there are some really stunning screenshots. And I'm looking at this now. And even though we've not got this pack yet, I'm looking at this and I'm thinking, I want to go off now and drive Cajon Pass. Now you've got to, when you know, it's like when you're on Cajon Pass or a lot of these US freight routes, you've got to dedicate quite a bit of time, put a bit of time aside to actually go and do these because they're actually long runs. But look at these Santa Fe locos that we've got here. This livery's great. That's one thing the US does good. We've had quite a few very appealing freight liveries, haven't we, over the years for the different US freight routes that we've got. You can see these wagons as well that we've got in the Santa Fe livery as well. Yellow is a favourite colour of mine, so this is going to go down very well with me. But yeah, it looks pretty nice. Looks pretty nice. And yes, as I said, no news yet as to when this will hit the stores. But from these screenshots, I would say it's pretty much, you know, it's quite well along the line, isn't it? Looks as if it might be an imminent sort of release. So fingers crossed. Again, I know US freight is not everybody's cup of tea, but we do have quite a big US audience as well who, you know, obviously will enjoy it. And is this the kind of gameplay pack you would pick up? I guess if you're familiar with the Santa Fe and these liveries, etc., then probably you will. You might just pick this up for a bit of variety on the Cajon Pass itself. You know, I don't know whether or not, I don't know enough about the geography of US railways to know whether or not this will be just exclusive to Cajon Pass or whether these liveries will appear anywhere else in a timetable sort of setting. I'm not really sure about that. If you do know, let me know in the comments because I'm interested in that. But they are looking very, very impressive. So I just wanted to add this to today's little news update. And you can go along and have a look at these screenshots in more detail. And please do let me know what you think, as always. So that is it for today. Please do leave me a comment. And don't forget to like the video as well. And we're nearly at 20,000 subscribers. So thank you to everybody that's subscribed. If you're not subscribed and you want to help me get over that 20,000 mark, I will be much appreciated. We're almost there. Thanks again for watching. Take it easy. And I will see you on the next one. Bye for now.